Welcome to episode 51 of Liquid Velvet Literature. Young Spirits, Old Souls. Welcome to episode 51 of Liquid Velvet Literature here on Prose Radio, and we have a really good show today. Well, again, we never have a bad one, but this one is going to be, beautiful. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, and the first one comes in from LDW. It's called Devouring Castle. I forage through the loneliness of your castle, where temperamental walls encircle me with a charge of witchy groans, as stone and mortar crumble in a hobbled last stand. Your ring of wasps stir a crazy strobe of cherry flame hurricane, the bloodthirsty bounty a maddened strike, to barter for my unpeeled heart and hive rage, her devouring cloud. As the rummaged trove of cherub-spangled charity empties grief's mist of smoke halo kisses snaking through your forked tongue floors, I find your bone-framed picture washed out by sun and starved of doting eye, punishing the mirrored sentiment worn away in loveless erosion. The mold and element throttled plastic skin, an embarrassed coffin in which the lingering incense threatens to take me captive to the endless ballet of its perfumed tragedies. And I sink at your harbor through filmy shackles of fen, wingless and stayed upon your hypnotic cradle, until I plunge back to life, the baptism of shipwrecked funerals, a seizure of thunder-shuddered reckoning that sails hope's shocked craft far from the blackened mounds and gutted grounds of slaughtered memories. Your gray sky kingdom topples into weeping ashes. That's beautiful. LDW, you know, the more I read LDW, the more I like to read LDW. I've said that before, but look at this. Thank you for that. And this is Tea Amidst by BurialandUtopia. It's chapter 0 of 16. Perfect. I thought that we would never speak again, but I am the stanza on your tombstone, the stanza with purple must of a teenage jacaranda, muddy coats on pulse paramount. We will never kiss again, this I know, but you have immortalized yourself beyond any day I may have not lived. Yeah, that's really good. Okay, here's a writer I have not seen on here in a little while. A big while, actually. I'm glad this writer is back. Nonzerospin, amazingly talented poet. Each fragrant sheaf of the mill freeze of our grave, separating by not a hair atom. Okay. Star ingredients whisked by a wind long disappeared. That comment itself is beautiful. And then BurialandUtopia replies, what you just wrote, from 1,000 years of my view to imagining each sheaf of it and transcending from 1,000 layers to a starlit or not so starlit distant graveyard is maybe an equivalent thought to only match itself, like trying to salt the pink sky. Ooh, long live the saint of Santa Fe. I'd like to read a whole feature with just these comments one day. That's beautiful. Trying to salt the pink sky. Wow, what a beautiful conversation. Let's go off course. We're upset. There we go. Let's check out nonzerospin. Here we are. Let's read the first one that popped up. Unprincipled. This is the way things could be done. And I want you to know that this silvery birch and frozen thrush are in cahoots, working together to shelter and feed scraggly babies from the gnats and grubs who live nearby. This counts as salvation. We linger in polar despair, even when we're up to our knees satisfied, bottomless subterranean wanting, struggle to imagine that some tiny kindness will feed us from the fetid morsels that surround us, a sullen dwelling exchange of our never there for our ghostly here. The newborn cries a furtive, fortunate version of us, beaks and jaws wide as sunlight, not minding if rain gets in or washes away the leftover sludge that we splattered in our indecision, not awake enough to stroke a line, a curve, a color, to mean or stand for some hanging thread, that fragrance is unwavering. We stilted without scent, a fragment yielding shape, the dinner bell alarms, our stomachs and annoyances, forcing us to flee the canvas, demanding payment, a reckless withdrawal of trees stripped to their roots, still hungry, still sating. Wow, yeah, right. This is great. Lots of great comments here too. The work of a Nobel laureate. Yeah, stunning. I mean, they're all correct. This was such a what a beautiful little detour we just took. Thank you, nonzerospin. I see a deep dive in your future. Okay. And this one is a writer we've never featured before. It's Erallie, and it's To Winter's End. Well, need more coffee. Pardon-moi. Oh, that hits well. That's the good stuff right there. Okay. To Winter's End. I may be waiting for grass to grow. I may be waiting for ice to thaw and snow to melt. I may be counting the icicles as they fall from the frozen cliffside, praying for spring to dawn upon this barren earth, so that seeds may take root in the hills and flowers may bloom once again. And as I wait for the grass to grow, I may wonder how to make the frost less biting or the ice less sharp. I may wonder if the wind will keep on stinging, or if I may find solace in a fire pit until the sun melts the ice away and spring reemerges from beneath the frost. And although I have no wood and there is nothing but ice and snow on the horizon, every day darkness devours the sky, and every day the sun breaks through to touch the earth's soil. Every year the deserts grow dry, and every year the rain comes to quench its thirst. And although the cold of winter may have turned my memory brittle, I still remember the hummingbird's shining colors and the lilac's sweet scent. I still remember the morning dove's tender call and the morning's radiant glow. And I must believe that as constant as the ticking of the clock, and as surely as the dusk turns to dawn, the sun will wake the frozen earth and life will blossom once more. And so long as there is still the faintest light in the night sky, I will march on until I am there to see it. Yeah, that's really beautiful. That's reminiscent of a lot of classic poetry I read a long time ago. This is really nice. Well done, Erallie. Thank you for that. We'll probably be seeing more of you, I'm sure. And this was also requested. This is Mariah in haiku. I can't say enough good things about Mariah. I have every time she comes in for a request, or I feel like reading her, or somebody says, "Hey, read Mariah." It's been a while. It's always the amount of things this writer says with a few lines, sometimes even like a haiku or just a very like one stanza, right? Can say more than a lot of people that I read growing up through time has said, half said with a page. So this is in haiku. Your analog heart beats in a digital world. No wonder it aches. That's really good. Again, so much with so little. Andy Bet says, when the internet goes down, my wife still hears a tick-tock of my ticker, so it works for me. And then Mariah says, may it continue to tick for a very long time. She is such a sweetheart. Like, such a beautiful, always has something nice to say to everybody, and so supportive and so talented. I mean, I wish she could be cloned a billion times. And this is Sunrise with very strong written, but I hope the analog heart will disconnect more from the digital world to have a real connection with other analog hearts. Good luck. That's hope, Sunrise. Thank you. And the Wanderer says, a perfect description of our digital world, working hard to get away, but everything makes the heart ache. Yeah, thank you, Wanderer. And LDW, this is terrific. It says so much, beautiful and true. Thanks so much, LDW. I'm always happy to see you stopped by. Yeah, it's really cool when writers are featured in the same show, on the same show, up here in the comments. Thank you, Mariah. That was beautiful. It is beautiful. And this will close us out. This is ModernAntigone with Ruby Beach. And ModernAntigone is another fairly new writer to prose. And let's get into this one. Ruby Beach. For the first time in a long time, the world is calm. Yes, the waves are cold and scrutinizing and imperceptibly fast, but we can taste the mist, the four of us. The coastline stretches on for miles. I can take pictures of all of you, because I don't know how else to love you. Two of us, wise beyond our years, two of us, young and free. I stood in the salt water waiting for you here. It was too cold to swim, and I laughed when one of you forgot your shirt, and wandering eyes followed you in confusion when it started to rain. We got wet anyways, stripped down to my underwear in 40-degree weather, soaked jeans and sandpaper flip-flops, and we're all just children masquerading the groan, listening to Jimi Hendrix on the ride home and talking about the election. The fog's coming up on the edges of the world, but that's okay, because just for a moment, we'll be here. Yeah. Quite wonderful, says Flash Gordon. Quite wonderful indeed. What a beautiful show. What a beautiful show today. Yeah, that was great. I'm gonna get out of this and go back to my mug. Okay. That's going to wrap today. Thank you guys for being here, and thank you to the talent featured in the show, nonzerospin. Good to see you again. You better come back more often. And what else? BurialandUtopia, beautiful, Mariah, LDW, and the newbies. Or did I miss somebody? It doesn't matter. We're family. But I also want to say before I go that if you like to read, if you like to write, go to theprose.com. Read, write, inspire, be inspired. In case you haven't noticed, so hungry are we now for the truth, or just for something beautiful and real and raw and true. Read the news, or what there is of it. I mean, what you can find to believe. But I was just going to say that we have a big challenge coming up, a really nice one we're about to launch. Think you'll like it. And what else? I think that's it for now. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here, and as always, take good care.